All right, buckle up for a wild ride through this Denver, Colorado City Council drama. So get this. Those city council geniuses are actually considering slapping a tax on white-led business owners to make reparations for black and brown businesses. Yeah, you heard that right. Councilwoman Candy Cdebaca, bless her socialist heart, hasn't officially proposed this race-based tax yet. But come on, we all know it would get smacked down by constitutional challenges faster than you can say, "What the heck?" Even Candy herself knows it. But wait, it gets better. Candy Cdebaca, the Democratic Socialist extraordinaire, took to TikTok to share her genius plan. According to her, capitalism was built on stolen land, stolen labor, and stolen resources.
Capitalism was built on stolen land, stolen labor, and stolen resources. And a check today could not undo the cumulative impact of generations of that stolen wealth in all of those categories. And so I think it has to come in the form of land, labor, and resources in an ongoing fashion. And there are structures that we have that could be flipped to begin to do that reparations. In fact, my opponent here mentioned 5 Points and the corridor and what has happened to our businesses there. Part of what has catalyzed that exponential decimation of black businesses is the 5 Points bid, the Business Improvement District, which further steals from the community through taxation. And I think there's a model that could be redistributed. Instead of a bid collecting extra taxation from the black and brown businesses that are struggling, you could be collecting those extra taxes from white-led businesses all over the city and redistributing them to black and brown-owned businesses who are not part of the bid or who are simply just black or brown-owned. And that's one way to give back in the business form fashion. I think when we talk about resources being returned, this is where consumer-owned or municipally-owned resources are important, because we are locked out of owning our control over our basic needs like water or utilities or any of those things. There is a way for us to change that structure and put black and brown people in ownership positions over our basic needs. I also really want to point out that the Basic Income Project could be, if it were focused, an important way to return a check to an individual in an ongoing fashion. But in its current format, is not reparations or not close to reparations. One, it doesn't focus on black and brown people. Two, what they are experimenting with is unhoused people, and it's not a livable or prosperous wage. It is a welfare wage, and we know how that has worked. Those types of checks have not served us well, and we need to go far beyond welfare wages and go to prosperous wages, because we don't want to just survive anymore, and reparations goal should not be survival. It should be repairing the harm, which is this entire economy.
Thank you.
Candy Cdebaca even name-drops San Francisco's Legacy Business Program, which supports small businesses regardless of the owner's race. Unlike Candy Cdebaca Grand Plan, it's funded through the city's general fund and not by milking white-led business dry. But who cares about that? Candy Cdebaca thinks the constitutionality of a race-based tax is a non-issue because, get this, it's voluntary if it's collected by these business improvement districts or bids. Yeah, like any business is going to willingly cough up extra dough just because Candy says so. Candy Cdebaca really fired up about putting black and brown people in ownership positions over our basic needs. She's all about sticking it to the white man. But of course, when Candy Cdebaca post went viral and got picked up by those right-wing media outlets, her office had to play the victim card. They claimed she's being targeted by a white nationalist mob. Oh, poor Candy, the lone warrior battling against the system. Listen, Candy Cdebaca is no stranger to controversy. She's always the odd one out in the city council, and the Democratic establishment in the city can't stand her. She's like a thorn in their side ever since she defeated former city council president Elvis Brooks in a runoff 4 years ago. They just can't wait to get rid of her. So there you have it, folks. The Denver City Council circus is in full swing. Candy Cdebaca wants to tax those white-led business into oblivion, all in the name of reparations. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe. Click the like button.